Hey, because one of my goals for 2025 was to get better at modeling in Blender, today we're gonna uh, go to Kansas City and look at buildings because cool, right? The reason I chose Kansas City is because they have cool architecture and uh, and a lot of style. Um, it took a second for me to find a building that I liked, and I found this street that I thought had really cool buildings. I traveled down the street for a bit, and I thought these buildings looked really cool. I really like this one, but it looked a little bit too difficult with the windows, and so I kept going. Yeah, cool windows, right? And I kept going up the street, and I saw a really simple building that caught my eye. The reason I picked this building was because the whitewash looked really nice, and I think it's called lime something. I don't know, but I liked the style of the building and how it looked. So I started with a cube and scaled it up to around the size of a building. And then I took a uh, array modifier and duplicated it and set the offset so that it kind of takes the shape of the building. I went ahead and cut off the bottom because there's no need for it. Cleaned it up a little bit, and we're good to move on to the door. Now, I noticed that the building was a little skinny for the door. I actually scale the building up so that it actually fits the dimensions. And according to the picture, the door is actually offset to the left a little bit, so that's what I did there. I inset the door, and now I started on making the windows for the door. After moving those edges, my model was a little clunky per se, so I cleaned that up in the back here. Next, we're going to start on the lights, and these are kind of small spherical lights, and we'll also do the banding of the cable that goes around the building. So I started off with a cylinder, gave it a solidify modifier, bevel, on the pictures, it shows kind of like a half circle pivot, so I went ahead and kind of tried to do that as best I could. I did notice that I just had way too much geometry here, so I went ahead and took off the subdivision surface modifier, and worked out great. I set the origin to the back of the light so that I can pivot off of that piece there. But I had this problem where I didn't know how to connect the two pieces together. So I just ended up joining them together and bridging the edge loops. Alright, now we're doing the banding of wire that goes across. And this was pretty easy. I just took the already existing edge loop and scaled it, duplicated it, and gave it a mesh modifier or whatever it's called. So I duplicated that light and moved it over according to the reference. And once I got that second box placed, that's basically it for the first day. And I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna finish this project here in a couple days. See you then.